Hello and welcome to today's video as we go over LTA North and how the teams are ranked going into the split. Split 3, so over here all the way to the left we have where the teams are ranked overall when we look at every individual role and rank them against each other. Followed by solo lanes, mid-jungle duo, bot lane duo, and then we look at how they finished outright in the regular season in spring, and then we look at how they finished in playoffs. Lastly, power ranking right now. So this right now is a 2-horse race in LTA North between FlyQuest and Cloud9. We see that based on how the breakdown is by solo lane, mid jungle duo, and bot lane duo, that both teams are top 3 in each area. There's no real glaring weakness on these teams. Ironically, FlyQuest don't rank first in any of the categories, but are second in all of them, which tells you it's a very well-rounded team. It gets the job done. Very competitive. We see it as one of the top-ranked teams in the minor region power rankings when we take into account LTA, LEC, and LCP, which I believe are all equal in terms of impact when we get to the international stage. Cloud9, first tied with FlyQuest mid-jungle duo, and then third in bot lane duo. So honestly, Thanatos Loki, strongest aspect of that team. 100 Thieves are third. Their bot lane duo being a big reason why, right? So they're bottom half with FBI Isla, but Quid and River are the best mid-jungle duo in LTA North based on Spring's statistics. Team Liquid, Yeon and Core JJ, that is where they're strongest, but the other 3 roles on their team, leaving a bit to be desired. Keep in mind, Yuji, because he only played a couple games, is ranked pretty low in LTA North's jungle rankings because he didn't play all that much in spring, and that plays a role because I'm not going to just look at his stats from 2 games and say, hey, well, he's the top-rated jungler based on his stats. No, we take into account how many games he played and understand that's the case. Oh, by the way, this is regular season. I understand playoffs did occur. I understand Shopify had a great run in playoffs. That's why we have them third here in playoffs. We'll talk about that. But regular season strength of schedule is equal for the most part, and therefore we should look and consider that before looking at playoffs, in my opinion. Then we get to Lion and Dignitas in 5th and 6th. There are roster changes to both of these teams. Lion have Zamudo in top lane. Zamudo did not play at all in Tier 1. He's a rookie. And now he's been very highly touted for a while. And then we look at Dig. Photon replaces Surti. Photon was okay to solid with Vitality at times in LEC. There were actually times where he was very good, but alongside Bo, I felt like Photon was just being wasted. I think that he is LEC level, and I think he's LTA level. He's probably better than Surti. So there is that. So Lions, 4th, 5th, just an average team all around. Licorice earning them, a 7th place finish in the regular season, unfortunately, and didn't go to playoffs, but I think Lion Gaming is a very solid team and are going to be very competitive. Dignitas, their strongest part are Tomo and Isles. Isles in particular, over the last couple seasons, or season and a half, I guess, has had moments where he's been one of the better supports in LTA and formerly LCS. Tomo, of course, with the 100 Thieves, went on a great run last summer, but that's not factored into this, but we should consider it. Well, why would they be upper half? Well, think of how these players have looked in spring. After that, 7th and 8th, Shopify and Disguise. So Shopify are clearly 7th. Like, Disguised is on their own island in 8th. And that's because you have Rahel coming in 80 carry and didn't play in spring, but he did play in winter in LEC, and he is LTA level, but Darkwings is an outright rookie in mid lane, so he's going to rank at the bottom in the mid lane role by default until he plays in Tier 1 and can prove otherwise. So there is a big gap between 7th and 8th, where really we look at it, the other rows are pretty close. And you could say, but we look at 8th, 7th, 4th is ahead of 4th, 8th. While we look at all the roles, it just is how it is. Like, Shopify may be 4th best in solo lanes, but the difference between them and then what Dignitas have is is a little off here. So that is kind of how this pans out. Fudge and Palafox. Palafox was, outside of Abadage, the worst ranked mid laner statistically. Fudge was ranked upper half. So overall, they ended up fourth. But really, when we look at it and combine those two numbers and combine the other ones we see, they're seventh. So we look at regular season. Shopify did finish fourth, 2-5 during the even round robin, and then obviously they had their second half or second phase of regular season and split 2, which did play a role in how Shopify did end up fourth. I believe they beat 100T but lost to Dignitas. Yeah, so that's a thing. And then they went on a great run in playoffs. That's why they finished third. I mean, I'm not going to deny that they had a great run on 15-11, but in my opinion, we look at the entirety of the season prior to that, and we see a team that was bottom tier in LTA. So they're going to have to continue they're going to have to replicate what they showed on 15-11 in summer to end up higher. And not to mention, like I said, this isn't really opinion. This is just what the numbers are telling me. So that is a thing. We look at playoff finish, 100 Thieves. They were 5th in regular season and 6th in playoffs. If they can put it together in the best of 5 setting, this team could be much better off. This team going into, I think, even spring, they were a top team. And into the season, they were a top team. They just have to get it done. Sniper has to play more consistently. FBI and Isla need to just play outright better. The strongest part of this team is the mid-jungle duo. River and Quid, I always say this team goes as far as Quid will take them. River is also very good. In terms of power rankings, this takes into account objective control throughout the entirety of the season, kills, deaths, turrets taken, and win rate, and all sorts of different things. Gold difference per minute. Fly and C9 are first and second, but TL are third, and then 100 Thieves. But then Shopify, so there's a big gap really. When we look at the entirety of my power rankings, if you missed it last week, like 100T are 12th, and then we got to drop all the way down to like 25th or 24th for Shopify. Like there's a big chasm when we look at the entirety of the season between the upper 4 teams in LTA North and the bottom 4. And that's why, in my opinion, I could see Lion finishing above Shopify, in my opinion, are clearly, when we look at the entirety of the season so far, they are a bottom 4 team in LTA. So, and that's what the numbers say, because we're looking at, in this case, the entirety of the season, and in this case, regular season stats. So that is part of the deal here. And really, you think about it, Shopify being 8th in bot lane duo is pretty tough, because we look at Disguise, and Disguise literally have Rahel, who is being ranked as 8th. It goes to show you just how decent who he was relative to Seos, that they ranked higher in bot lane duo. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.